Hello, my friends, and welcome back. It seems like the hopes are not lost. And what I'm talking about is about Germany and the German people's ability to be themselves, or at least to regain their, uh, how should I put it, national pride, or at least not allow to be squashed by each and every insignificant player on this planet. And to be more specific, is the German Chancellor uh, Scholz, Olaf Scholz, that I personally, by listening to him, not hearing what other people tell me about him, listening to him, I do not have too much faith in his abilities, intellectual abilities, and knowledge. He might be a weasel who has charisma for the voters, which is necessary in the mass democracy. That's what I've been told by American politicians. But nevertheless, as you probably know, he refuses to, or refused to go visit the president of Ukraine in Kiev uh, because according to the German side, the people in Kiev, the authorities, did not welcome, did not want the German president to come and visit Kiev when he was visiting Warsaw, Poland, when he was over there with some Baltic states, pres- uh, statesmen, let's put it this way, leaders. That's how they say they're leaders. They lead us. We vote for them to lead us because we are just, somehow incapable. Nevertheless, so then Scholz said, "I'm not going to go and visit Ukraine because that's an insult." I didn't expect that because Germans, if you tell them, "Hey, Second World War," they will do everything, you know, for you because of the guilt and that. And I don't know when they will stand up and say, "I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything." So off, leave me alone, and let's go, let's move. But they're still, uh, bend the knee whenever they're in any not any, because it's not all the time, but whenever I read newspapers and newspapers, but news, they're always, whenever this is brought up, they go like a little, lobster, and that's it. They run, and that's unfortunate. They like their balls were caught. That's not right, and it seems like they're still under occupation. Let's put it this way. If you are be honest, they have foreign troops over their stationed since 1945, don't they? So we have an article here from republicworld.com from today, May 4th, 2022. And we read that German Chancellor says there's a problem. A problem is quote unquote in relations with Ukraine. Oh, yeah, I uploaded a video yesterday regarding the fact that Ukraine wants money, wants assistance, wants aid, wants military assistance, wants troops from Germany, but then they tell the German president, "You're not welcome here because why? Because you shook hands with Putin, basically, because connections with Putin. What connections? Are they brothers, sisters? What? They do business the side? What's the thing?" And then in Ukraine, who the Germans did not even heard about Ukraine prior to this, or they simply disconsidered what is to be disconsidered, a corrupt country somewhere on the steppes of Russia, there's doorsteps. That's how they, I mean, do you think I don't speak with Germans? I don't know how they casually speak about this. They don't even know what's going on. Now, yes, they have to because their leaders tell them so and the mass media pushes. So, German Chancellor Olaf Scholz has said that there's a problem in Germany's relations with Ukraine as he addressed the cabinet, referring to German leaders being stopped from visiting Kiev. That's the president, not, all right, being stopped from visiting Kiev due to their pro due to their pro-Russian stance. I don't know what the pro-Russian stance, because they gave them almost everything, but Zelensky is never satisfied because he has this mentality. Yes, 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 you helped me yesterday, but what did you do for me today? That's his his mentality. His and prime ministers, Ukraine's prime ministers, that's their mentality. Yes, 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 you helped me, but what did you do for me today? Yeah, never, never happy. It's a problem for the German government and for the German people that the president was asked not to come. Scholz told reporters in Germany. Do I have a medal to give to this guy? Even I really don't appreciate him as an intellectual or as a leader, but what he said, that's fair. See how long he's going to stay in power. And I'm quoting, it's unacceptable to tell the president of a country that provides so much military assistance, so much financial assistance that is needed when it comes to the security guarantees that are important for Ukraine in the future, that he can't come. Scholz said. Well, the opposition leader in Germany went and visited. So what does that tell you? That's how it's the popularity contest in a mass democracy. There you have it. And they check the polls all the time and see how the polls go regarding an issue. And if the polls say this, they're going to do that regardless. They will sell their mom, just if they have one. So his comments came as a response to Ukrainian officials who refused the visit by German President Frank-Walter Steinmeier, although in a move that rattled German Chancellor, Germany's conservative opposition leader, chairman of the German Christian Democratic Party, Friedrich Merz, traveled to China, to Kiev. He visited Ukraine's President Zelensky, and German Chancellor Olaf Scholz made clear that he wouldn't now step into Ukraine. Yeah, you give them all this, and then they are just, it's chutzpah. What is it? Olaf traded barbs with Ukraine after their refusal for the German president to visit their country. German President Steinmeier had planned to visit the Ukrainian capital Kiev with the heads of states of Poland and the Baltic republics of Lithuania, Latvia, and Estonia. As tension mounted between the two nations, Scholz emphasized that Ukraine must also play its part in maintaining good relations. Yep, it's not going only one unidirectional. So yeah, you help your neighbor because the neighbor is in a fight with the other neighbor. You give him money, you give him food, you give him weapons, and then you say, hey, can I come and visit you and show support that I'm over there? No, 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 you're not welcome here, because you also speak with the other neighbor. You don't help the other neighbor. You're not on his side, but because you know the other neighbor and you spoke with him over the fence or drank a beer with him in the past, but I do all this for you now, you tell me not to come? You know what? I never spoke with you, deadbeat neighbor. Never spoke with you. So why should I now? Because I have pressure from where? From across Atlantic. Do you think that Germans are so eager to jeopardize their security and economic security and military security and geopolitical security because of Ukraine, and sever their relationship with Russia, who supplies them business with resources that their industries and economy needs? Really? But they had to, because they fought back. Germany fought back at the beginning. They didn't want to, turn off the pipelines, Nord Stream 1, Nord Stream 2. They didn't want to do that. And there were pressure, called names. Almost they brought, again, 1930s and 1940s back. And they say, okay, we're not going to go there. We do whatever you want. Let me take my pants off, bend over, and let's go. Let's get over with. Unbelievable. But that's what it is. It's not, oh my God, all of a sudden they love Ukraine. They didn't even know where Ukraine was. Like you don't know who the Romanians are. A lot of Moldovan. Go and ask them about Moldova. Ask a German, hey, what's going on with Moldova? And show them, what is that? It comes with sugar, it comes with salt, what kind of... And for good reason, if you ask me. I mean, why would Germany know about Ukraine? What's Ukraine in a regular German citizen in his life or her life? What's Ukraine? What's for you? Before this, what part did Ukraine play in your life? Did you know the population? Did you know their national day they celebrate? Do you know the proportion of nationalities in there? Do you know the religion? What actually do you know about Ukraine? Most likely not much, and it's not an insult, but it's a country that you have no contact with, their history, people, and so on, unless you have a personal relationship with a friend, with something, and you know more because you ask him when you drink a beer with that guy and say, hey, what's going on, Voloshchuk? What's going on? And he's gonna say, oh yeah. That's basically. I mean, that happened to me here, and I blamed my American friends. Hey, why don't you know about Romania? Because they don't. For them, Romania is like, I don't know, an different planet or something on a galaxy somewhere far away. No, that's right. Why should Americans know about Romanians? Americans have a different mentality. Anyway, we'll talk about that in a different video. So good, Scholz. I'm very impressed. I'm very impressed. That means your political career must be in jeopardy. That you make this kind of you fight back now. You scratch a little bit like a little cat and spit because something is wrong here. You're afraid that you're going to lose something big, not because you have a big heart and all of a sudden you're a German. I don't really think that it is because you're a politician after all. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart. Woo! Look for the truth and be just.